Hello and welcome to week 5 of your IM 111 Computer Applications course. This week we are going to be working on 2 chapters from the book. The first one will be the Discovering Computers Chapter 5. This will be your last chapter for the Discovering Computers section. So let's take a look and see what you're going to be covering. So the material that you're going to be covering will be over digital security, cyber crimes, also different types of internets, which is as far as internet attacks that may be, some of the stuff may be familiar to you, others may not. Also various techniques that you can incorporate to try to avoid those attacks. Then we also go into software manufacturers and encryption and what signatures, digital signatures and digital certificates are. Then we'll also get into identifying risk and safeguards against wireless communication, and then some of the information on intellectual property rights and code of conduct and so on. Then you're going to be hitting your second chapter in PowerPoint. So hopefully you guys are enjoying PowerPoint. I know most students have some exposure to using PowerPoint at some point in their educational career and possibly even in their professional career. So we're going to add to this another layer of information, inserting and sizing of shapes, text, word art, formatting slide backgrounds, which is really neat to add your company logo or product images, and then getting into changing the font size, inserting a picture, and just all sorts of fun stuff. I think you're going to like this. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our deadlines. So for that first part on Discovering Computers, Chapter 5, you're going to be doing the training in SAM, and again you have the due date and the due time in the last 2 columns. You also have to read Chapter 5, and that's from the textbook. Then in Chapter 5 in the textbook, you're going to turn to page 241, read the instructions underneath How To, Your Turn, and you're going to be doing just number 3. Now, as you read number 3, you'll be performing the steps listed underneath that third assignment in How To, Your Turn, and then you'll be doing the exercise questions just for number 3. Then you'll go back into SAM and you'll take the exam. Then when we hit Chapter 2 on PowerPoint, same routine, folks, no different. You're going to go do the training in SAM. You're going to go to the textbook, and keep in mind that we are using SAM for you to submit your files so that you can get immediate feedback and you have 5 chances to better your grade. So make sure you navigate to the SAM website and you download the textbook project starting file. Then you're going to go back into SAM. Well, first of all, heads up again, keep in mind, then you go back to the textbook and you read the steps and perform the steps according to those instructions. Then you're going to go back into SAM and do the project, back into SAM and do the exam, and then into Blackboard to do your quiz. So keep in mind, as you've been going through this, this is set up for you to get immediate feedback. And if you feel that there's any errors on the systems part, in other words, SAM is graded, it is a computer program, not a human being, then shoot me an email. Make sure you let me know the specific assignment you're referring to, and if you need me to take a look at the grading. Then we're going to have your first of 2 exams. The first one is the midterm exam, and it will cover the Discovering Computer chapters 1 through 5, and it is located in SAM. Then I want you to make sure you're looking at that capstone project, because as we're completing these applications, you should start thinking about and even start working on some of the items that you'll need to complete for the capstone project. And this was introduced to you in week 4, and there is a link from the main navigation on the capstone project as well as a video. So again, start working on this now. Don't wait till the last week that it's due. You will not have enough time to do a good job. Then we do have a spring break coming up, so keep that in mind. You might want to take a break or move ahead. It's up to you. That would probably be a good time to, if you haven't started on the capstone project, start working on it. Then we're going to go into the specifics of each of the assignments that I just covered. So again, for Chapter 5, the digital safety and security training, that's what the icon looks like. You'll do the reading, and then you'll do the how to, and again, you're going to do number 3. And I did put an image in here just so that everybody understands that you're going to be posting your answers to the exercise questions for number 3, but they're questions 1 through 3 that you're going to be answering. You have to answer all of these. And the place where you're going to be putting your answers is in the discussion board in Blackboard. So just like we've done chapters in the past, it'll be the same routine. But again, you have to answer these 3 questions. So make sure you're doing that, please. Then you're going to go back into SAM and do the exam. Now when we get to chapter 2 on the PowerPoint, again, no different. Here comes the training, and that's what the icon should look like. Then you'll go to the textbook, keeping in mind that you will go to SAM to download your starting files, and then you'll go back to the book and start reading the steps and reading the background information. All right. Please note it says students should begin this assignment by following the steps in the section titled "To Delete a Slide" on page PPT 779 from the course book. All right, so that's where you're going to start as far as the hands-on steps, but you'll probably want to read the background information up to page 79. Then keep in mind you'll go back into SAM to submit your file and get your feedback, and if you don't like your score, go make the corrections and submit it again. You may have to go back and refer to the section in the chapter that covers the area that you may have gotten some points deducted. And also take a look at the key that's in your book on those first couple of pages, so you know what it should be looking like when you get done with the assignment. Then you're going to go ahead and do the Chapter 2 project in SAM. All right, and again, you've got multiple attempts to submit these, so take advantage of it. And then the exam. Now the exam, you do have multiple attempts, but not as many as the textbook and the project. So again, make sure you're reading those instructions and you're not just getting click happy. Then you're going to go into Blackboard and do the Blackboard quiz. All right. Now, when it comes time for the midterm exam, this one you're going to go into SAM. So it is located. So if we go into SAM, and I'll tell you what, I'm just going to narrow it down and just have it display the exam. So this is what it looks like. All right. Again, make sure you note that this is over chapters 1 through 5, so you might want to do some review before you give this one a shot. Okay. All right, and then we have the capstone project. Since this was already introduced to you in week 4, I just provide the link as I did before, and this is going to take you to the section within Blackboard, and you can take a look at the video that I did, the instructions, and again, this last one is where you're going to be submitting. Once you submit, you're done, so don't submit too soon. If you have any questions, you've got my home phone number. Please use that home phone number. If you really get stuck, it's there for your convenience. And then you also have my office number on campus and, of course, email. Have a great week.